Why, hello there. You must be student nurse Del Mar. How do you do?
I'm a little bit jittery because it's my first time in the hospital. Other than that, I'm okay.
Fantastic, baby. So glad you're as pumped as I am. There's nothing like working in a clinical environment. Exhilarating.
So, I understand you have something you'd like to instruct me on today?
I do. Oh, right, I do. Listen, I can see you're a good kid. You've got the eye of the tiger. A real go-getter. Today, I will teach you the forbidden arts of vital signs.
Forbidden?
Okay, so I made that last part up. Sue me. It's neither forbidden nor complicated. I just wanted to grab your attention. Yow!
So, okay. Vital signs then?
You said it, baby. Cut! Now, let's take this from the top. We can't afford to waste any time with long-winded diatribes because the nursing gods have only given us 10 minutes or less. This is good because all you have to do is sit back, say nothing, and just let me work my magic. Got it?
Okay, sure.
Fantastic. Vital signs are a very important part of the general survey. They are composed of 5 major measurements. These are, in no particular order, blood pressure, a pulse, temperature, our respirations, and pain. Let's tackle blood pressure. First, okay, so blood pressure is checked by auscultating, that's listening in layman's terms, to the sounds of the heart. There are 2 numbers, systolic and diastolic, that we'll be listening for. Most times a machine will do this for you, but today, right here, right now, we're doing it old school, baby! Okay, so you want to squeeze that doohickey,
Sphygmomanometer?
whatever, until a little bit higher than 200. Turn the release knob to where the needle starts decreasing slowly, usually in increments of about 2 or 4. With your stethoscope, listen for a loud thump and note the number on the sphygmo thingy. That's your systolic reading, baby. Keep listening as the sound will continue as the cuff continues to deflate. The point where you last hear the thumping is a diastolic reading. Boom! Blood pressure. Is it on? Okay. Next is the pulse. The pulse is the palpable force of blood being ejected through your arteries. Now, there are several places where you can feel it. Common sites used to feel for a pulse are the carotid and radial arteries. Today, we'll be using the radial side. Now, stick your first 2 fingers lightly against the surface of the skin at the radial artery. Once you got that sucker, you listen to it for about 60 seconds, or if you're a pro like me, listen for 30 and multiply by 2. Now, you need to note whether the pulse is regular or irregular and describe how strong a week. It is. Wowza! Now, that pulse, baby. Okay, next is temperature. The body's normal core temperature is usually a constant 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature can be recorded by placing a thermometer in one of 4 common sites on the body: oral, axillary, temporal, or rectal. Oral is the most commonly used site and is found beneath the tongue. Go ahead. He won't bite. Axillary is found by placing the thermometer under the armpits. Ooh. Temporal is found on the forehead. Go ahead, stick that on his forehead. Finally, rectal is found by placing the thermometer in the patient's, well, you know. Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? No. No, stop that. Get out of there. Get out! Get out! The body's respiratory rate is calculated by observing the number of times a patient breathes in 1 minute. 1 inspiration and 1 expiration equal 1 respiration. The best way to count respirations is when you're checking your patient's pulse. After you count for 60 seconds, checking their pulse, go ahead and count for another 60 seconds and watch for the number of times their chest rises and falls. You must be sneaky when you do this, because if the patient catches on, they may alter their breathing pattern. Those sneaky animals. Now, pain is considered the 5th vital sign and is completely subjective and personal in the experience of it. The perception of pain and the ways individuals respond and cope with it vary according to age, gender, culture, and developmental level. I could go into a whole nother spiel over the intricacies of pain assessment, but we're running awfully close to that 10-minute time limit, so let's just say the ultimate goals of pain management are identifying the pain, assessing its effects on the patient's life and activities of daily living, and developing methods for easing or eliminating it altogether. So there you go, my young apprentice. Now you know how to measure vital signs.
I say, that was most informative, Dr. Culkin. I feel much more at ease now.
Glad to hear it, champ. Now, go out there and make me proud. Cut!